let's just get straight into the review for The Walking Dead Season 3. I'm actually excited about this season because I really loved it. Anyway, so to get straight into it, as I said, the story is that Rick and the group have been searching for months to find a new home. They do. They struggle to settle in at this new home, it being the prison, and then things just go all to shit when they run into the governor and his group, and tensions arise when they're on the brink of war. And that's essentially what Season 3 is all about. Enjoyable? Yes. Very enjoyable. A lot of moments that make you choke up. Like, I love how the season started off with Rick and the group. It was weird to begin with, because at first they're all sitting there, just sitting there, not saying anything. It's just complete silence. It's like that whole "this isn't a democracy" talk really got to them. But I really love how it started off with the whole team working together, and Carl being a badass in this season. He really steps up in this season. This is when I really started to see the potential in Carl, and he was stepping up, man. I enjoyed it a lot. Speaking of Carl and Rick, I don't understand why they have such a problem with Laurie. This is a problem. This is a thing that happens for the first couple of episodes, for the first 3 episodes. They have a problem with her because she had a part to play in all the tension between Shane, Rick, and all of that whole thing going on in Season 2. But I don't understand why they would have a problem with her so much in this season. I don't understand what the problem is. Shane was the one who didn't back off when he should have. Shane was the one who was trying to kill Rick in order to get back Laurie. Laurie thought Rick was dead, so did Shane. Okay, so that whole thing was no one's fault. So why is Laurie all of a sudden the bad guy in this whole situation? I just don't get that. I don't get it. Now, that whole thing with Laurie, I don't know, somehow being the bad guy in this whole thing, I guess you can say it continues on until her death. Now, this is one of my favorite moments in the show, Laurie's death. Not specifically because of her death, but because of the aftermath of said death. Carl, as I said, Carl steps up in this show. He's stepping into manhood, and some shit, oh my gosh, man, some shit that he does in this show I could never do. He has to shoot his mother in the head to stop her from becoming a walker. There's so many things tied to her death. Rick losing his mind, Carl becoming, stepping up to be something other than a child than what he was in Season 2. His character arc is one of my most favourite on the shows, because we are there with him, right? We understand, well, to our best, we can understand what he's going through. It's very sad, very tragic. This show is not about the story or the bad shit, right? It's about the characters and how they move forward. It's about their reactions to certain things that happen in the show, and it's about how they can move forward, what kind of person will they be next. I've said this all before. This is what the show's about. Sorry, went on a bit of a tangent there. But, next, I want to mention Merle. Merle was so much more likable this season. He wasn't a complete asshole like he was in Season 1. Oh man, Merle sucked in Season 1. But this season, he's a lot more relatable. We can relate to him as a character, but also as a brother to Daryl. so much better in this season. He's actually on my list of favourite characters, and I actually wrote down still an arsehole, but still one of my favourite characters in Season 3. Well, I know what it is. It's him stepping up to do something that he never would have done before. He dies. That's also on my list of favourite moments. Merle's death. Again, so much involved in Merle this season. Holy crap. Like, there was so much involved with the Grimes family and so much involved with the Merle and Daryl this season. His character arc was great. It was his character arc from going from a complete arsehole to someone who is more than likely he's realized, shit, I'm a shitty human being. I need some redemption, and I think the only way he knows how to redeem himself is by saving the rest of the group and sacrificing himself to do so. Like, sacrificing himself to save the rest of the group. In my eyes, he's redeemed. I wish he had somehow survived, because I really would have liked to see him and Daryl sort things out, but it's probably better this way. I love Mel's character arc and his death as one of my favourite moments. I want to talk about some of the show's writing for a bit. The show, Season 3 was at its best when it stayed on Rick and the rest of the group at the prison. The story was much more interesting there, right, than it was anywhere else. But unfortunately, it jumps around a lot. It mainly jumps between Rick and the group at the prison, which, as I said, is the most interesting, but it also goes back and forth from that to the governor and Woodbury. Now, I understand it's important for the story. We need to get to know the governor. We need to see everything that's happening there. But do we really need to see everything that's happening there? We really don't. I just think that they spent too much time there, to the point where there are some things we don't need to know about, and it was boring for me. I was more intrigued and interested into what was happening with, I don't know, the protagonists. I think they just spent too much time on the antagonists and everything going on in Woodbury. Can I also just say this right now? I need to get this off my chest, okay? Because I said this in my review for Season 2, however, it didn't make the final cut, okay? Just so you know. I said it, didn't make it into the full video because I edited it out because it just didn't flow well. A whole bunch of technical stuff that you don't need to know about. Anyway, I just need to say this to get it off my chest. I fucking hate Andrea. I don't know why. I have my reasons, but I don't feel like those reasons are good enough, but I'm just going to say them anyway. She continuously disobeys orders and continuously makes dumb decisions, to the point where she nearly killed Daryl, encouraged Beth's suicide, chose the governor over Michonne and the rest of the group for a comfy bed. Why? And then all of a sudden, near her death, she decides to be a good person and doesn't want anyone getting hurt? I mean, where was that mentality when she was trying to prove herself by nearly killing Daryl and encouraging Beth's suicide? I mean, I don't like Andrea. I think she's poorly written, poorly acted, and it's just a whole bunch of shit that went wrong with this whole character. I've heard that Andrea in the comic books was a lot better, that she was a badass, and they completely got her wrong in this show. I wouldn't know anything about that. I haven't read the comics. Yeah. That's just my little rant on Andrea. I have a question. Not about Andrea. This is a completely separate subject, topic or whatever. Are Daryl and Carol romantically involved? I mean, do you guys remember that little scene with them on top of the bus? What's going on there? I feel like that was a romantic... I don't know what's going on with that whole thing. I mean, we're up to Season 7. I still don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's move down to my favourite moments. Favourite moments. Searching the prison. Okay, with some of these favourite moments, I don't need a reason. I just like them, okay? Searching the prison, I liked it because it was tense, very spooky. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. It's the fact that they're walking down dark hallways in an abandoned prison. I mean, could you get any more spooky? I mean, with the echoing and the walkers, I mean... I like it because it terrifies me so much. I already mentioned Laurie's death, Merle's death, first prison attack. I like the first prison attack because I like it because at first the team, Rick and the group, they start off scattered, and then this first prison attack just brings them all together. And I love the unity of this scene. That's why I like it. Okay, so now I'm moving down to favorite characters. Daryl, Michonne, Glenn, and Maggie. Again, I'm gonna state that again. Glenn and Maggie as one, okay? Because they do work great separately, but I think they work, for me, I like them better when they're together. Well, go down, like and comment on this video, and like, comment, and subscribe, and also check out my Patreon page. I guess that's it. Yeah, I know it's an abrupt ending, Jeff. Just shut up, okay? Anyway, see you later.